And we're live from the Mile High, the Mile High Nation, Bronco Country. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. Today is Christmas Eve, 12, 20, what is it, 24, 24, hut, height. You guys out watching football games? I think they usually do that shit, right? Some shit like that. I don't know. Oh, confirmation to some bullshit. Anyways, somebody's watching something. I'm gonna go ahead and do a reading because I didn't know what else to do with myself. I was just sitting there, took a shower, had some breakfast, just kind of chilling in this beautiful sun. It's easily 60 degrees out here. The sun is shining hardcore. It feels like California. Like for reals, the West Coast. So I figured we'd do a spiritual spread, see what's coming up, what's coming around the corner. It'll be coming around the mountain when it comes. And I was going to finish up the cards that I had yesterday. I did not do a Kabbalah card. And we didn't get into the dolphin bullshit. So we'll get a dolphin card at the end of this. And we'll start with the Kabbalah card. And then I'm going to do pull some tarot and see what the shit is. What's the shit? These are my Kabbalah cards. I had them in perfect order and then they fell and I thought I put them back in perfect order, but I didn't. Oh gosh. So I just usually grab one in front, and what's the first one? Agitation. Ugh. That's what Kalik stands for. Kalik is from Welsh origin, and that's who I know this mostly. And Kalik is basically Kobe. Agitation. They push you. They're instigators. They push your endurance levels, bro. Are you agitated? I mean, I go from agitated. I was yesterday. Today, not so much, but that changes. You're all fine until you get into the collective energy. Then you gotta fucking work your way through it. And how you feel after you've been outside or around people is a whole nother gig. Alright, let's see. Agitation. I have no idea where it is because, like I said, they were in order, but then they weren't. So who knows where this is? Let me see if there's something in there that can help me find where it might be. It could be anywhere. They're not in alphabetical order. Oh, I have no idea. Help me, Holy Spirit. Locksmith, moment, observer, coward, actor, uprooted, thirst, drunkard, sleeper, head, sea, servant, beloved. Okay, so it's not in the beginning. Covering, myth, audience, tempter, the society, concern, pride, gambler, the cauldron. There we go. Man of blood. Come, some more shit. Return, presence, the martyr. Agitation. It's right in the middle. Page 96 and 97. Alright. To be agitated is to be lost. Agitation only produces actions which perpetrate itself. To cry shame, to clasp a hand to your brow in remorse, to strike a clenched fist against a soft palm, is to be defeated. When the fist, I'm seeing fucking what Royce shared yesterday. That was such a hard, I thought it was in his stories. He really shared it on his Instagram, bro. It was real. Let's see. I mean, he shared it on his Instagram as well. Let's see. When the first beads of sweat appear, they must be wiped away. The brow soothed and breathed, and breath deepened. Then follow which you have learnt, or go and be taught it now. Commentary. Dude, seriously? Dealing with anxiety is a problem for many people, especially those who are expected to perform at a high standard, who have high expectations of themselves. Sometimes a traumatic incident makes it doubly difficult to face the world without trembling. Let's just pause for that. Let's take a moment of silence for all of us that fucking kick our own asses because we set ourselves at such a fucking high standard that we can't meet it, you can't meet it, nobody can meet this standard. That was the funniest thing. I love that. Alright, going back to it. Sometimes a traumatic incident makes it doubly difficult to face the world without trembling. It is a double-edged sword because this agitation is almost a religious experience. That's what I'm going through right now. I mean, I've pretty much gone through it. There might be more. It is the acknowledgement of power beyond your own. The audience that awaits you, your boss, who will scrutinize your work, are symbols of attentive power that maintain the universe. The performer bows humbly by such a presence of greatness. Keeping your cool in such demanding situation can be immensely challenging. That was the Morgan card. That was all those cards. It's like, how many times can you be knocked down and just hold it still together? And it's like, shit. Devices that can help you control your anxiety one day may be useless the next. But the Oracle gives us a clue that we can encourage calmness, we can reduce the symptoms of agitation, and we can employ useful skills that we have learned. I made a video last night about being crazy and going into a state of hysteria and how do we work with it. And I listed a whole bunch of different things. Let's go outside. Let's have a cigarette. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a swim. Let's burn some sage. Let's, let's do some divination. Let's figure out, let's get out of ourselves and get into some other kind of atmosphere. Let's play some music. It is tempting, and those are just coping mechanisms, but they're also, energy clearing, routines. How do you clear your energy when it's just you've had enough? You need to break free. Those are healthy ways to break free. Maybe not smoking and stuff if you're like over there. I don't know. I don't know. When it comes to that vaping, I think you guys are, who am I to say? Because they put a filter and they put, they put all that fucking shit into my filter and into my cigarettes. But I can tell you, you're smoking a lot more bullshit to get your nicotine than I am. And you're putting a lot of water into your lungs, dude. And that's exactly where fucking pneumonia comes from. I can't say. Who knows? They're not going to tell us. They tell us cigarettes kill you and stuff after the fact. But they're going to tell us so much about this whole vaping situation. I can't tell you. I mean, really, I'm not trying to encourage you to start a really bad habit. But at the same time, if you have a habit that's not, hurting anybody else, and that's your coping mechanism, then, I'm not one of those people that, like, everybody should stop smoking on the 1st of fucking January. If you stop smoking, then what are you going to do with yourself? It takes time. You're going to have to replace that, that habit, that coping mechanism. Anyways, we use them very effectively to stabilize a traumatic moment. Breathing and relaxation techniques are taught for this reason. For performers and presenters, learn technical skills which will support them under pressure. Once you are, I'm seeing Marshall's song, but I'm seeing James Hunt. My arms are sweaty, all that's throwing up and shit. You get that feeling, when you're really about to, put yourself out there, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. This is so scary. Once you are before an audience, you will need all the techniques that you can muster. Agitation can also arise when you are sensitively attuned to the situation, perhaps receiving psychic impressions from it. Learn to read your own signals and symptoms. What has disrupted you? Why has your breathing quickened? Perhaps it's the atmosphere or the place, or something unusual is about to happen. We have very acute senses if we allow them to work for us. And that's going back to my readings all week, is being in the flow. We talked about that yesterday, is being in the flow of things instead of working against it. Life task. You may be going through a period of upset and disturbance. Your sense of yourself has been shaken. You are unclear about your future. Learn to live with this agitation just for a while. And that's where I told you, where the fuck am I supposed to go from here? I mean, really, I know I'm supposed to go to work, but really though, what are my focuses? What am I focused on? What am I, That's not it. What I'm focused on is getting rid of shit, not focusing on putting anything in. Don't suppress it or smell something weird. Don't suppress it or make too much out of it either. What can you see in the water? Maybe it's just fragments of light for the moment, but sooner or later an image will form there, and that's it. You got to give it time, and there will be you'll have a vision, you'll have a purpose, you'll have an idea, you'll have something to go towards. Possible meaning: a shakeup, someone who is upset or who may cause trouble for others, a cause for worry, a transitional phase, anxiety and self-doubt. Well, I don't know who that someone is. That could be you. That could be me. I cause upset. I don't know. It could be any of us. But anyways, it's confirmation. Again, I just confirm what the energy is and I have a story to tell you how it's real. So yeah, it's real. Are you agitated? I'm not. Okay, yesterday I kind of was. Everything was meant to agitate me. There was so many agitating things. It's been happening. It's just triggers. Things that are pushing you. Oh, you're pushing me. Oh, you're pushing me. All they're pushing you is to push yourself to be, you know what I mean, to have more self-control. That's all that means. And if you lose control, well, are they surprised after they pushed you so hard? No, that's what it is. It's endurance. How much can you take? And really, it's like, do they want you to take it all? No, they just want to see how you take it. I got a sexual image in that one. That was great. Way to change that one up. Put some Lilith on that shit. Put some Lilith on that shit. They don't want you to take it all. They just want to see how you take it. Just the tip, right, Russ? Just the tip. Alright, let's check our spiritual growth. Obviously, I'm still very immature in my sexuality and spirituality. Oh, shit. What is this going to be? This is going to be a forecast for the end of December. Hey, Wolfman, you're getting on my nerves with that, bro. You've done like 17 fucking forecasts for the end of December, bro. Oh, man. I saw something when I went to get on here. Frankie was like, Sagittarius, beware. Something. Like, bro, and it like uploaded this morning. I was like, that's what kind of message you want to share on fucking Christmas Eve? A whole negative ass message that somebody's out to get you? Something gonna get you? Can't you save that shit for another day? Like, seriously? A whole bunch of cards fell out. Oh, I haven't seen the Lovers card in a long time. Lovers and friends. We're going to go with it, because why? I'm going to go with all these cards. So, current energy is Lovers. The work is the Chariot. 9 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. See, I'm going to leave them exactly how they fell as the cookie crumbles. And we got the World card again. And then the Magician's under here. Check it out. And then our outcome is the 4 of Cups. Let's read it. Give it to him, baby. Say what? It's always a song and dance in my head. All right, our current energy is the Lovers. No, it's not about me and somebody. Maybe. Oh, did I show you my feather? It's in here. It's on the 9 of Cups. Abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance. It looked like it went through hell, right? Just like me. Half my wings, half of everything's missing out of my life. I'm only half of what I'm supposed to be, but we're not where we want to be, but we're... Hey, Lewis, I saw somebody... Gunther was making fun of you. Gunther. You know someone named... Yeah, we know someone named Gunther. Gunther was making fun of you. Let's talk about the Lovers. Oh, I went to the King of Cups, which is right around that area. The King, see, I don't always go to the Magician. The Lovers first. All right, so it first starts with the Lady and the Lord, which is the Empress, the Emperor, the Elder, and then it goes into the Lover. Understand this in a way of the transition of a story. Here's the story. Here's a little story, and that's how this book tells the story. We're going to make this bitch rich, right? She made herself rich by channeling the real rich messages. Hey, did you notice that the High Priestess had different colored hair? So is mine, right? It's all different colored. I am so the High Priestess. And this shall be our moon tonight, I believe. All right, let me tell you the story. On page 142 and 143. 143 is a text message that means I love you. The Fool enters the realm of love. The realm more inexplicable and more potent than any other. That's where it is. You're entering, you should already be in there. It is powerful like a bolt from the blue. Suddenly he feels more alive and everything is more sharply in focus. Every color brighter, every sound more beautiful. He is completely present in the moment without the thought of past or future. This is something he cannot control or rationalize, and unlike anything he's known before. Okay, if you're not there, then you're not in love. I hate to say it, but it is. It's a place where you feel more alive and that everything is more sharply in focus. Every color is brighter. Every sound is more beautiful. Completely present in the moment without a thought of the past or the future. I love Bobby. That's how I was. I was like just all in it. Just like, I love you. I don't even know why. Just talk. This is something he cannot control or rationalize, and unlike anything he's ever known before. And that's it. I have no idea why I feel like this. Just keep talking. This is great. I really like this feeling. Then he stopped talking. Okay, fine. I don't like it. This is what it's like to be in love. The ancient Greeks thought of the very first divine being that emerged from the primordial chaos. That's me. And the whole driving force behind creation was love, which bound spirits and matter together, creating a world from opposites. And that's it. Opposites attract. Love brings them together. All you need is love. Love. All right, Beatles. The union is the god and the goddess at the point of their sacred marriage, an act which brings about all of creation with the reconciliation of duality. Everything has its opposite, day and night, summer and winter, life and death. They are not separate and distinct, but aspects of a whole, degrees of the same that have meaning. I'm seeing all these fucking images and they won't let me read. But aspects of a whole degree of the same that have a meeting point. Okay, what I'm seeing is the universe card, which we pulled last time, and it's exactly how it describes it. It's always this. To be in love is to be whole. To be the world is to be love. It's not about being in love with a person. It's being in love with yourself. All aspects of yourself, where the god and the goddess meet inside, where my masculinity and my femininity fall in love with each other. And then we fall in love with everything outside of us. And that's it. You can't really love your masculinity when you're kicking its ass and always mad at it for not being a better man. And that's me. I've always got to man up. Be a man. Be a man. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. You can't be a loving man if I'm always telling him to be a hard man. Right? And what am I talking about? Somebody outside of me or inside of me? Probably both when you're in a twin flame. And that's it. How I talk to myself is how I talk to others. If I'm pushing myself this hard and I won't love myself and give myself an inch to breathe and won't let myself breathe, then why would you think I'm going to let you? I must learn how to be loving towards myself in order to be loving towards you. If I can do these things for myself, then I understand how important it is for you. Love reminds the fool of the unity that underlines the universe and enables him to embrace the wholeness that unifies male and female. A theme and cup. That's the theme is the blade and the cup, thought and emotions. All right, that's your heart and your mind, your conscious and unconscious, thought and emotions, the physical and the spiritual. Your masculine is part of the physical, your feminine is part of the spiritual, and this soul with the divine. And that's it. I'm all the divine feminine pushing through a divine masculine skin. Why am I a divine masculine? Because it's the programming of the matrix. We're all in a broken, distorted, divine masculine creator. We have a broken God complex. And none of us are being goddesses to ourselves or to the world. So they brought back the goddess. But I had to work through the skin of the God to show you that, and that's what I teach you, is how the mind works. Why it works like that. Go back and catch my video last night about, the definition of crazy. It's like, no, you're going against your programming. You're not crazy. You look like you're crazy because you're not doing what the norm is. All right. Ultimately, this card is about love, but both human love and divine love. Everyone has felt the intense emotion of love in some form, a transformative experience that makes you feel more alive, more fulfilled, more connected to everything else, which takes you outside of yourself and gives you a glimpse of paradise. Okay. Every time you guys pull this fucking card, you think it's, you see something different. I want you to see how I see it. The Lover's card is often described as a life-changing choice, choosing something or someone your soul needs on your path of spiritual growth. And what your soul needs most is love. That means you do what you love. And that goes back to him, he's all masculine. It's like you can't always do what makes you happy. You have to do the right thing. Doing the right thing is doing what makes me happy. And it looks so wrong to you. But if I don't do things that make me happy, then I'm just like you, unhappy, just doing shit. The love of the God and the goddess is poured out upon the earth, and their law is love for all beings, an unconditional love that is measureless and infinite. We are more used to conditional love, the kind that requires certain behaviors in order to receive love in return. And that's it. If I don't act right, if I say something, you're not going to talk to me. That was unheard of. Go ahead with that behavior. I get it. There was something that was said or done where he just I'm going to not reciprocate. I'm not going to talk to you. Well, then keep it to yourself. Keep your energy to yourself. And that's it. You crossed the condition. You did something or said something that now I can't show you no more love. Okay. And that's what I was telling you guys yesterday. If you don't love them right, they're going to leave you. If you don't give them exactly what they want to make them happy, they're going to leave you. And none of this is about your happiness. You're just trying to make someone else happy so you can have someone in your life, bro. No. Deuces. It requires a certain behavior in order to receive love in return, and withdraws it when the behaviors are not forthcoming. That's it. If I don't do what you say, you're going to act funny with me. You're going to treat me some type of way if I'm not loving you exactly how you want. If I'm not treating you exactly how you want, you're going to walk away from me. So I have to bend over backwards, left and right, so that you feel, special, just so I can have your fucking company. This makes love a currency, a loan to be repaid, meaning tit for tat. I did this, so you better do that. You know what I mean? If I take this good care of you, then you better to be taking care of me. And that's it. It's what you can gain. But that's what I mean, is those of us that are maintaining these loveless relationships are losing so much more and gaining nothing. It's a headache. We're paying for our own misery. You're making us miserable. We can't have true love by maintaining you. This makes love a currency, a loan to be repaid. Unconditional love is a generous gift that comes without strings, the kind a parent has for a child, which is constant, even while the child behaves badly and the parent corrects it. And that's, I'm seeing Marshall. He has a lot to deal with me. I'm a whole fucking child. I'm a whole fucking child, a whole broken ass child. And he's too grown to deal with it, but he understands it. Like, he can deal with it because he understands that it's not so much the behaviors, but what I'm actually dealing with. He's very kind and understanding about it, where, my behaviors are forgivable. Not to where I push it and I can get away with whatever I want because I know he's all forgiving. It's not that he's all forgiving, it's that he understands. And anytime I think he doesn't, I will go out of my way to make an explanation to my, why did you do this? Why are you acting like this with me? I'm sorry, I'm just this. And that's what it means. It's like, it's unconditional. And that's how it is with, Russ. I'll get so angry with him, but you'll see every video turns into, I get you. I get where you're coming from. I understand, but I'm not accepting this behavior. I still love you. I love you dearly. But I'm not going to accept this behavior. And that's just kind of where it is. It's like the love doesn't get taken away. It's just, the attention to the behavior gets taken away. When you act from unconditional love, it is a reward. It is a reward in itself, joyful and liberating. Forgiveness is the greatest act of love you can perform, one which frees you from the burden of negative feelings. It's not what they do, it's why they did it, and that's where the understanding comes from. Why is he ghosting me? Because it was way too much for him to deal with. But that's, It's like, why leave it for me to deal with? Just because I'm stronger? You know me to be stronger and I can deal with this all on my own? And you'll come back because I'm forgiving? That's not fair. That's not right. And it doesn't make anything better. And I don't get to put up a block and say, no, I don't forgive you. You went too fucking far. There's no ceiling. Every time I find the ceiling, I break through it to where I can forgive. Just like Jesus said, all's forgiven in love and war. We are at war trying to find love, bro. Trying to be loved. Get out of my face, Lil Wayne, with that damn song. Remember that unconditional love is given to all beings freely, and that includes yourself. You are valuable and worthy of love as much as anyone else in the universe. And that's it. It's like, just because I'm difficult doesn't mean I'm not worth love and I can't love and I'm not a loving being. You know what I mean? Loving unconditionally reconciles your internal conflicts and creates an inner harmony that brings you closer to oneness that is a union with the divine. In a reading, the choice you face might be rewarding new career, a belief system, or a person you feel is your soulmate. The card can represent a committed and loving relationship, but it's never a flirtatious or brief affair. And I don't have those. These are loving-ass relationships with true-ass intentions. You know what I mean? Like, I want to love you forever. And then it's like, I don't know if I can do that. You can't let me love you forever and be loving back. I don't know how. I understand. I teach that. Where's this at? Why is this a thing? And that's it. It's back to their, you know what I mean, their chakras, all the stuff they have to heal so that they can feel, I think I could let you love me. I think I could love you back. It's a hard thing to get to that place. Whatever it is, it exerts a powerful, overwhelming attraction, even if you know that it may create difficulties and mean sacrificing something else, a community, belief, relationship, or existing career. However, it is important for you to make the right choice. The rockiest road is sometimes, in the Rocky Mountains, is sometimes the one we need to travel in order to find fulfillment. If you just go for the easy option, you may regret it forever. Examine all your motives and be sure that you act from your soul truly needs, from what your soul truly needs, and not from the transcendent desire. Okay, the whole time they're showing me, it's like you guys catch this Lover's card and you take it so many other directions than what it is. It's about love, not about another person, but about yourself. And by doing that, you fall in love with the world we live in and the people of this world. But you're not in love with yourself. You kind of hate yourself. And therefore you really hate everything outside of you too. And so we're working through that. That's what we're working through. That's our current energy. It could be a relationship, but I don't see one. But again, I'm always blinded to that because I'm on a different level of love. Alright, so a spiritual work at hand is the chariot. I've been talking about this for a long time. Your guys' version of the chariot is not what this is, bro. I really wanted to pull this card many times and talk about this. So we got Temperance, the Underworld, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, the Rebirth, the Universe, must be before Temperance, Death, Hanged One, Justice, Hermit, Strength, the Chariot. Okay? Alright, this is right after you leave the Garden of Love. 144. The fool soon learns that he cannot bask forever in the Garden of Love. Wonderful as it is, there is an imperative that draws his soul outward on his journey. And that's where I am. I have to leave this area. I have to leave this whole fucking, you know what I mean, fairy tale of love. And I got more to do. You know what I mean? I spent a lot of time there. You know what I mean? In the Garden of Love. He is soon beset by difficulties, and worse still, he realizes that there are parts of himself that he doesn't like very much. While he knows he needs willpower and courage, these qualities are reflected in darker measures in his personality as stubbornness, ego, and anger. And that's where we do, is like, we still got much work to do. I loved you, and this was great, but I got more work to do. You're right. I'm not ready to have a baby. I'm not ready for any of this. I just sat there wanting it, but not ready for it. He seems to be fighting just to stay where he is. Just then, a great warrior in a chariot rolls up on the road. Is it very difficult to drive? Asked the fool, thinking he would like to try. One of my horses is black and the other is white, dark and light. They are very contradictory beasts, but I must make them pull in a single direction. To do this, I have to balance intellect and emotion, your mind and your heart, your thoughts and your feelings. Body and spirit, meaning you're moving your body by what your spirit says, so that they will work in harmony. That's what the chariot means. The fool thinks about his own contradictions. How do you know what battles to engage in? He asks. I need to know when to fight, when it is best to stand back or engage in diplomacy, and sometimes when to yield. Winning is not all about fighting. To go into battle all the time would be self-defeating. This is all about my personal victories, my triumphs. I dedicate to the god and goddesses. With my strength and courage, I protect the weak, defend the land, and call upon it. You must be very proud of your great achievements, the fool says admiringly. That is the great danger, the warrior replies. Much to the fool's surprise, if I became puffed up and overweened pride in my own conquests, I might lose touch with reality and think that I am better than I really am. And such hubris offends the gods. Remember the story of Phaeton, who stole the chariot of his father, the sun, and in his arrogance he thought he was capable of controlling it, but careered too close to the earth and scorched the land. Zeus had to destroy him with the thunderbolt in order to save the world. With these cautionary words, he drives away. Well, as he said it, I thought about Lucifer. It's like God gave us all his power, but not so that we could overthrow him or anyone else. Do you know what I mean? That's that story. And, you know, as we were talking about the warrior and stuff, this all goes back to, you know, I pulled it, the Morgan, all of these is, you know, we're supposed to be putting out the fires. We're supposed to be yielding. There's many battles to come, but right now we're supposed to be coming home for the holidays. You know, and that's it. Zeus had to destroy him with a thunderbolt in order to save the world. And that's Anakin, that's, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to destroy the very thing you love the most, because the thing that you've created was about to destroy the world. And I'm seeing Albert Einstein. With these cautionary words, he drives away. The chariot is a card that represents the vehicle you drive through this mortal life, which is your body. The reins are in your hands, and only you are the one who decides where to go. You have the free will to follow the path and be happy, career off it and crash, or sit where you and complain. Yes, I'm like, am I reading this wrong? Sit where you are and complain that life is passing you by. Your success or failure is determined by the choices you make, and only you can accept this. Will have the strength to overcome the obstacles you face in the journey. The horse of the chariot symbolizes duality, the two opposites standing side by side, but balanced and pulling in one direction. I hit this lady up in, I don't know, I guess it was a lady, I don't even know. In Instagram, I saw all this stuff, and there was all these prayers to Lilith, and all these prayers to Lucifer, and Azrael, and all these prayers, and incantations, and honors to Lilith. Said, you only honor one part of me. You honor me, but do you honor me? I'm only one part. You're only catching one part of me. For as much as I am the Lilith, I am the Shekinah. I am the Sophia, I am Kanyin. I am here as the dark goddess to walk you through your dark feelings, to get you back into the light. You are such things. If you stay in your dark goddess feelings, then you're going to feel dark. The point of that is to harness these feelings so that we can walk into the light and carry those with these dark feelings out of the dark into the light. Praise me, yes, but praise all parts of me. Not just my dark, and definitely not just my light. For if anything, my darkness can overtake my light at any time, as the story may be, you know what I mean, told throughout time. But I was always the light. Become dark in the human form. Become dark for the human form is what I heard. Thank you, God. He made me dark. As he made Lucifer. We are nothing more than the dark side of him that lies within you. And you are nothing more than a dark goddess and a dark god. And I'm here to put you in the light of your God and the light of your goddess. They represent each of the inner conflicts opposites that pull you one way and another without you being aware of why do you not feel in control of your own fate. And that's it. You feel like you want to do something, but your mind won't let you. My mind's telling me no, but my body. That's your feelings and your intellect and your emotions. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. And that's why I was like, you're fucking chariot cards. You guys don't know how to read these fucking cards. That's what I'm saying. The horses of the chariot symbolize blah, blah, blah. The charioteer is a constant balancing them to drive them forward according to his will. Take a good look at who you are, what you believe, and where you are going. Harness your will and awareness so that you can move forward consciously instead of repeating the same unthinking patterns. You will have the power to achieve something extraordinary if you do. The chariot is the unlimited card of action. You can overcome all difficulties as long as you keep moving forward. Be sure you know what it is that you really want, though. You may be forcing your way along the wrong path. That's it. Don't force a way. Wait, and the doors shall open. Don't force anything. Where am I going? I don't know. To the future? That's where you sit. When you sit, the longer you sit, you see more and more possibilities open. And you just watch them. You watch all these doors open for you. You just sit there and you watch them. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. Yesterday, that phone call of them telling me that they were opening up housing. So then it's like, well, what does that look like? 6 months of housing and possible wraparound services, meaning they get me into housing. Is that what I want? Do I want a fucking apartment? Do I want to do this again? Do I want a regular job to maintain this fucking apartment? Right? Is this door that they're opening a door that I really want to walk through? Or maybe I only want to sit there for a little while in the waiting room. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. 6 months. 6 months, dude, that's summertime. I don't want to... What? That's it too, is like, you know, they're opening doors, and that's it. It's like, I had a door open. God opened a door, and he said, go get you a pop-up trailer so that you can continue these works. And then as soon as I see this opportunity to go in God's direction, I see the fucking matrix pulling me back in to normalcy. The very thing my flesh craves. There's too many. There's endless possibilities. You can look for, you know what I mean? And you can say the devil's tempting you, or I'm blessed and highly favored, but it's a temptation nevertheless. What do you truly want? And that goes back to, it's like this housing situation. What happened last time they put me in a house? I was in a fucking shelter, and it drove me crazy. I wanted to nothing more than to get the fuck out of there, and that's exactly what God did. He put me right back in the dirt, and I'm much better off. So, like, you know, every time he puts me in the hotel, I can only do it for so long. And that's another thing, too. Next week, all next week, Monday through Monday, is going to be cold, which means they'll put me up for a whole week. The whole first week of the fucking year, I'll be in a hotel. And that's it. How much can I take in it? And that's really, you know, there's these things that are happening. It sounds great. It looks like everything I wanted. I just want to get out of my car. I just want to move my stuff in. I just want to shower. I just want this. But what does it come with? And that goes back to that contractual. This is love, but it comes with a contract. It's going to come with a lot. Now I'm going to have to be around people again. I'm going to have to watch people again. And you know what I mean? People are the problem. People are the problem. Their intentions, their wicked thoughts, and their, you know what I mean, where they're being driven to do. God, they're not devils. It's just they're just being driven by their, you know, reptilian fucking needs. Their desperations and what they may do or not do. So that's it too, is like, if they're getting me into some kind of housing, then I'm going to be around, again, low vibrational people. Very low. And that means more work. That means I'm going to have to work really hard to fucking transmute low vibrational energy. I'm going to be put in a place of low vibrational energy. Crazy, right? Your answer could be, actually, you might end up regretting it. You know what I mean? What if I get off the track that I was? My track was to get me a trailer. I could go places with the trailer. But if I go into housing, I go into a house. That's a locked contract. That's a set future with no possibilities. You know what I mean? I limit my possibilities by being stuck in a place where I must, you know, this bill. I don't know, guys. That's what I'm just saying. It's like, you know, and the longer I sit here, more possibilities will pop up. More will pop up. My pop-up is what I want, realistically. You know what I mean? Because that was the beginning. After I get the pop-up, then what? Then I work towards my truck. Then you're like, well, how are you going to live like this? I told you guys all of this. You know what I mean? The volunteer host positions that they have at all the national parks. I can live there for free as a volunteer host, working 15 to 20 hours of just cleaning up the park and checking in guests. Right? That covers electricity, usually Wi-Fi and water. Alright? Or I could get a fucking house and fucking Denver for fucking $1,700 to $2,500 and not have any of that and still have to pay for all that shit too. Plus food, plus everything. Fuck my life. I've learned all of this, guys. It's just, you know. Then I'll have neighbors. I have to fight over parking spaces. What about the snow? What about, you know what I mean? Like, I'm dependent off people again. You know what I mean? I'm dependent off the matrix again. I'm living off of it. Trying to get out of it, not get stuck in it. And that's where it is. As close as you are to fucking freedom, the very things that you are trying to pull you back. And is it a curse, or is it everything I want? Do you see? You don't know what you want and what you need are two very fucking different things. You know what I mean? I need a place to go when it gets too cold out here. I've got that. They give me a hotel voucher and I'm in a place, you know what I mean, when it gets too cold. I need a place to shower. I got that. I need a place to cook. I usually got that, like, all the time. And really, I really like to cook, but my kids only eat shit out of the microwave. So as much as I don't like this situation, it's not bothering them. Not one fucking bit. I'm the one that's like looking for, you know what I mean, healthier food options because I'm tired of the microwave. You know, I'm ready to fucking barbecue or something. I'm ready to eat raw fish at this point. Like, fuck. But in the sense of, you know, and that's just the beginning. It's just the beginning because I still don't have a plan. There's just more stuff. And that's where you just sit there and you watch God open all these doors. And you feel your way. You don't just go running through it. Oh my God, this is all I ever wanted. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, there might be another thing coming up. That's where you keep your possibilities open. You don't lock into the first fucking option. You know what I mean? You don't take yourself out is what I heard. All right, reverse meaning. You are overwhelmed by obstacles and problems and feel that you have no control over your life. You are wasting your energy in anger, railing against fate, life, and other people. Such aggression is not strength, but weakness. Channel that emotion into determination. Take action again and steer your own course. Only you can do it. Well, I mean, you don't know where to go. If I don't know where to go, you don't know where to go. What can you do if you don't know where to go? Do what makes you happy. Then you get back to God. When you're loving yourself and taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like right now, this is me loving myself. Giving myself time to sit and do what I like to do. I like this. All the rest of my jobs I don't really like. I like just sitting here and teaching. I like this. This is simplistic. I'd pull you up into my bedroom all the time if I could just pull the books out and I didn't have to do the whole setup and, you know, make a whole show out of it. I'd just turn on, and sometimes I do. Let me just teach you. I like to teach you what I've learned. You know what I mean? And that's it. Whatever you like. Yeah, today is about giving to others, but give to yourself. Not buying shit, Russ. Make yourself feel good. This stuff doesn't make you feel good. It just makes you look good. Do little shit that makes you feel good. Maybe you need some cotton candy. Maybe you need, all I needed to do was sit out in the sun. That's all I needed. And a shower. I love a shower, dude. I love to be nice and clean and fresh and smell all yummy. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you don't know what to do, just take care of yourself. Just love yourself. I've been doing nothing but sleeping. I probably am going to crunch and take another nap. It feels good to sleep. It feels good to let myself just be lazy and do stuff like this. And that's, you know, it takes quite a bit of discipline to allow myself to do such things, but it feels good. And I've got to feel good right now when everything else feels bad. And that's how you take care of yourself, how you balance this energy. I'm supposed to feel bad, but I can feel good. I can soothe myself through these bad times, you know? Okay. We pulled out too many cards. We really did. The world means it's the end and yet a beginning. A magician means that it's time to start manifesting, you know what I mean? Start putting into action, using your brain and heart. You see how it works together? It's where you're putting your heart, it's the DNA of the two. It's where, you know, you're doing what your heart says and you're programming your mind to trust your heart. Your mind doesn't trust your heart because every time you follow your heart, you get hurt. And then you curse yourself, so your brain listens to how you fucking feel about this situation. You start saying, why did I do it? I hate myself. Why did I do this? And nobody loves me. And no. Your brain's just sitting there taking it all in. It's listening to you tell yourself these things. So then it'll restart. It's like, okay, this is how we think. So it doesn't trust when you let your heart go. But when you let your heart go, you're happy. You're scared because your brain doesn't know what's going to happen because it usually ends up bad. But while it's happening, you feel free. You know what I mean? So you really need to do what your heart says. If I don't go into the shelter and I decide to, you know what I mean, go the opposite direction, either way brings happiness to me. They're both going to meet both of my needs. They're both going to require a lot of work. They're both going to give me a future. Which future do I want? And that's where you start realizing and working with not the logistics, but the, you know what I mean, the feeling of it, feeling your way through it. Not making a list of right and wrong, but making a, you know, feeling through it. Oh, look it. Hey, baby, come here. We got a ladybug. Sign of good luck. Oh, did you fall? Yeah, you fell. You seen a ladybug in fucking winter? It's on my salt. How many does it have? 3? Beautiful. Could be a man, you know. They're just called ladybugs because they're beautiful like ladies. Here you go, buddy. Okay, so then, you know, that was our outcome, or that was our, he's just crawling all over my arm. I can't stop him. Then we had the Nine of Wands, which was resilience. Nine of Cups, which is, I'm going to read that real quick because everybody's pulling it, but it's pretty much a lot of options. It's kind of how that looks like. The Nine of Cups is abundance, and that's exactly where my feather is. And this thing is crawling up my arm. Look at him, he's just crawling all over. You going to fly? No, you just want to hang? All right, just hang. Hang tight. Just hang on. We're going home. All right, here we go. The upright meaning of this card. This is often called the best card of the minor arcana, traditionally entitled the wish card, or just happiness. All is going well for you. Relationships, emotional fulfillment, health, and material success. You feel you are where you belong. You can take satisfaction in what you've achieved, celebrate, and look forward to the future. You're like, this isn't you. It is when I'm not feeling bad for myself. My relationships are okay. You know what I mean? Even though Bobby and I had ended up in this place, this is where we needed to be so that we can meet another level of healing. We couldn't have understood what was going to happen until we made it happen. And now we have to go through what it feels like after it happened. And that's what he said. I was like, no, I didn't sleep with him. I keep saying that. Everybody keeps thinking that. I didn't sleep with him. But it's like, I asked him that. He's like, I don't know what happens when I get close to you. And he's like, you should know how you're going to feel. And I was like, do you know how you feel after you sleep with me? He's just crawling all over my arm. It tickles. And he got all quiet. And it's like, you may think you know how you're going to feel about a situation, but you don't know until you're in that situation. And that's it. I think I can handle this until it's happened, and now I can't get a handle on what just happened. So my relationships are in a good place. All of them are, in the sense of we're healing. We're in a new place of healing. Emotional fulfillment, that's what I mean, is we're in union where there's a lot of emotions that are fulfilling us right now through this healing process. They keep telling us that we're in good health. And as far as material success, no, I don't feel that I have all the materials that I want, but I'm not lacking. And that's where God always has me, where I'm like, you should be doing more. And he's like, say less, bitch, or want less. Dude, it flew into my box. It's on my phone now. It's just all over us. And that's it. This is the lucky card, the wish card. Make a wish. It's the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Okay. Anyways, I'm just saying that, I feel great when I don't feel bad. Be careful that you don't get too carried away with the material pleasures, though, and you don't take everything for granted. You still need to work to keep it up. This card also assures you that if you're doing worthwhile work, you will be taken care of. You may never be rich, but your needs will be met. And that's it. I have everything. That's what I mean. God likes to keep it minimal, bro. I'm a minimalist. I'm like, fuck. In the sense of I've got everything I need, and he makes sure of that every day. Not everything I want. He doesn't really care what I want sometimes, but he makes sure that I got everything I need all the time. Reverse meaning. You're disappointed that everything you wished for in life hasn't materialized. Perhaps you missed chances or spent too much time satisfying transitory desires such as casual sex, parties, drugs, alcohol, or food. Sounds like you had a good year. I ain't mad at you. In the whole sense of POC, I ain't mad at you. At least you, I don't know. That's like being mad at me for fucking off my 20s. I ain't mad. I had an experience. Everybody else did it. I must have had fun while I was doing it. I ain't mad. Fuck it. Perhaps your low self-esteem has allowed others to take advantage of you. This marks the end of a cycle, and it is never too late to change. Meditate on the nature of abundance. That might be it too. Especially come today and tomorrow, you're really going to feel burnt. It's because you gave too much and all they did was take. And then they're going to take a fucking plate of food and leave you with a mess. Fuck, right? I know. It's got to be unconditional, though. You got to be able to give without wanting something back. Make sure you're all like this. What is this? Resilience. You've been beat down, but you got to keep going. What was the outcome? Yeah. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Come on, guys. It's going to feel like this. God who gives us strength today so that we can fight tomorrow's battles. The Four of Cups. We're in our cups. Where's the swords? Cups, wands, cups, cups, cups. There we go. 3, 4. Discontent. Lovely. The Four of Cups represents a lack of emotional fulfillment. You are dissatisfied with your life. You may feel bored, uninspired at work, or there may be unspoken resentments within a relationship. You might feel generally unwell or depressed. It is tempting to try to relive these disappointments with an affair or excessive indulgence in pleasure, but this will soon pale and you will be disgusted with yourself. That's what happened. I'm not disgusted with myself. I'm very pleased with myself. But he took a risk, and then he had to go back and realize, what am I doing? Why am I fucking getting close to her when I'm a married man and I'm supposed to be this and that? So then he's like, tries to like cut me off and act like none of it happened. Fine, it didn't happen. I'll forget it too. Watch. Nah, I won't. I remember. You are out of touch with reality and indulging in fantasy, focusing so hard on your disappointments that you are turning your back on the cup of happiness that is already present. Oh man. Each day you tell yourself 3 things you're grateful for, such as your children, your friends, being alive in the moment, and able to feel the sun on your face. Right now I'm sitting in a dress. It is 65 degrees or even hotter. It's getting hotter. I had to take off my sweater. The sun is so warm on my face. My children are here and they're clean and they're happy, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the next meal that we're going to have. I'm grateful for the ability to curl up in my car next to my kids and be so close and laugh with them and have joy with them. You know, I'm grateful for my twin flames, because when I get bored, they're there. In my quiet spaces, they're there. And I have these connections, these invisible connections with great men that are going to be great people, you know, great leaders of this world. You know, I'm grateful for a lot of things. I really am. Being alive in this moment and able to feel the sun on your face. This card tells you, and I sent a message to Mr. Plum. He says it's raining and dark and cold, and it's going to be like that, you know, till tomorrow, and then they're going to get like 60 degrees. It's like, well, our sun will reach you, and then we're going into the cold season. This card tells you that it's time to ground yourself, go within, reconnect with the Ace of Cups, and find your purpose again. What's the Ace of Cups? Start manifesting love, doing things that you love, trying to find things you like. You might not, you think you love the things you like, but after you start doing the things you like, you kind of lose a love for them, and then you start liking other things. Once you get in your field, you start playing other fields. You know, and that was me in the music industry. I loved every part of it. I started in the back of the house doing all of the promotions and all of that. I wasn't an artist. I didn't love being in front. I liked being in back. Now I like being on top. Just kidding. Sorry, Lilith jokes. They're just coming out. That's funny. So, you know, that's what you need to do. Reverse meaning. You've been feeling pretty negative, living in a world of your own, perhaps even hiding from in your room, distracting yourself with TV, the internet, drinking, or drugs. Now there is a dawning realization that this is doing you no good. What was it that made you withdraw? What do you need to change and stop you feeling like start you feeling like this again? Stop you from feeling like this again. Meaning, what made you do it? Why are you back in your coping mechanisms? Why have you retrograded? Why are you acting this way? What's happened to you? It's not what you're doing. You're doing what you do to make yourself feel good. And that's where it is. I'm not here to persecute you for how you cope. But why are you coping? What made you... Here's this thing again. He's back. I guess he never left. What's making you cope? Why aren't you just thriving? Why are you barely surviving? What was it that triggered you and put you in this place? If you don't find it, it's going to happen again. And you'll be right in the same place where you are, where I need a drink, I need a smoke, I need to just get away from people. What made me do it? A man. A man. It always is. I get so close, and then it's like, oh my God. And that's where it is like, all right, I can't. I'm done. Look at him just calling up our card. Yeah. That's, it's hard. And your battles might not be the same, but I think they are. Trying to get close to yourself or to anyone or to God is a battle. When you have all these fucking built up emotions and feelings about people, places, and things, you know what I mean? You gotta give your chance to love again. It's always that. You gotta open your heart up. If you close your heart off to people, then you're closing yourself off to yourself, because if you're not giving it, you can't receive it, and then you start to get cold because nobody loves me. Well, you're not loving anyone either. And that's it, is like, you know. But again, when you need to go in, like the Hermit card, and you need to lick your wounds, that's okay too. Just don't hurt yourself while you're in there. You know what I mean? What are your coping mechanisms? And that's what I told you, is like there's other ways, there's healthier ways to get these feelings and this energy out of you that you might not know, you know? So, there we go. I'm going to pull a Dolphin Divination card and we're out of here. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for something to do. I'm not waiting. I'm just nothing. I'm not doing anything, truthfully. Just being a human being. The fucking fly on the wall. Hey, did I put that fucking bug in the fucking bag? I might have. I don't know what happened to the bug. Alright, let's pick one. Touch me, tease me all night long. We did swimming in circles. Let's pick this one. Abundance. That's exactly what the 9 of cards mean. The 9 of coins was, or the 9 of cups. So we'll talk about our abundance. It's obviously coming. It's obviously coming. In what form? Whatever's best, whatever will make you happy and keep you back on your path. You're on a journey. You're not going to stop. They're not going to give you, this is it. This is your final bag. This is the final destination. No, bro. They're going to give you what you need to keep going. You're going to always need more. Why? Because you're always going to places where you need more. A whale of a tale. I want to read that one day. Can you guys see? I can't see shit. I'm in the dark. I'm in the sun over here. I hope... Oh, I saw that this video was a little chopped and screwed yesterday because of my location. I moved to the other side of the tree to see if we had a better location. Use your sonar. Abundance. This big-ass book. Do you see this shit? Well, at least we know it's in the beginning. It starts with an A. It's the first card. Number 3. Plenty. All that we need. Wealth and friends, health, creativity, and finances. All good things. Being in self-perpetuating flow of giving and receiving. Manifesting our needs by being in tune. A life based on generosity. The giveaway. Aligning ourselves to inner guidance. Feeling worthy enough to receive. Creating enough abundance that we can share and increase the abundance of others. Plentiful blessings. And that's it. As much as I don't have, I did have. And dude, my friends gave me weed yesterday, a big old bag of weed for Christmas. I was like, dang, thank you. But like I couldn't do anything more for my situation, so I went and I helped somebody else, and that's with, you know, I went and got him a tank of gas, and then I fed him throughout the day. And then, you know, he didn't have cigarettes, so I gave him what cigarettes I had. And he gave me his back, and I'm like, what is the point in smoking an ultra fucking light cigarette? You should just stop, bro. You should just stop if you're gonna smoke ultra light. That's like not smoking at all, bro. You like are so close to giving up. Just give up. Like, I'm just saying. He returned it, but I was like, I don't know. His cigarettes are killing me, so that means my cigarettes probably killed him. Speaking of which, where's my lighter? Let me light one. Come on, let me light one. Maybe in my sweater. So this card lasts forever, and I'm gonna need a cigarette for this. This is a long ass 4 or 5, who knows how long. Celestial sound. That's a cool word. Alright, abundance begins with finding a way to survive in this world by using our talents and doing the things we love to do. Again, I'm a priestess. Think of Mother Cabrini. Nobody paid that bitch to come to Colorado and fucking save the fucking children. Nobody paid her. She passed out a bucket maybe at some point, but nobody paid her. This was just a vision that she had, that she was going to help people. And I don't think she came for the immigrant children to start with. That's just where she found herself most helpful. That goes to Mother Teresa. That goes to Gandhi. That goes to us real priestess. Alright, we're not fucking Joel Osteen and fucking, you know what I mean? We're not these bitches that have mega churches that have millions of dollars and have missionary work all over the world. And don't forget to subscribe for next week's, you know, Save a Fucking Child. We reach one, we teach one, and God feeds us along the way, just like Jesus, bro. His own son, bro. He didn't give him no friends, no family, nothing. He just had to fucking... Jesus had to lean on God as much as we do. And that's where our relationship comes from. We'll take care of his people, and he takes care of us. And yeah, usually, you know, fuck. It's a modest living. It's just it. You wish that I wish I was dressed up like the Pope and had that pretty big ass hat and all that fucking gold and jewelry and shit. I'd pawn that shit right now, bro. Fucking dresses, and do you wear underwear and, like, you know, all that stuff and whatever else you guys get into, the fancy fucking drinks. I don't drink wine. God doesn't have me drink wine. What the fuck are you talking about? Actually, I felt it. I have 2 drinks. I found a whole case of them last week. A whole case of these, I don't know, spritzers. They're like vodka spritzers. And I gave them to Ray, and I was like, actually, let me keep 2 for myself, because, you know, I'm a big girl now, and I can drink if I want to. When? I don't know, when they tell me. Usually I figured I would just pour it into the ground in one of my ceremonies, but I'm not too proud. I mean, it doesn't really affect me like that. I don't know, when's the last time I drank? In Yuma, I took a couple sips of tequila because I was doing a ritual. I was doing a cleansing. You're gonna see me loaded? I don't know. That would be an interesting thing to see. Let's get the Holy Spirit drunk and see how it acts in a body. Sure, let's see how that works. It should be an interesting. I'll save that for like my wedding day where I'm with someone that can watch me properly. That'll hold my hair when I puke. Oh God. Sorry. Inside joke. The abundance card, in essence, is telling us that we have evolved into a state of unselfishness and generosity. From this generosity, all forms of abundance return to us, as giving begets giving. But our generosity does not contrive this motive. It gives because our true nature is generosity. And that's it. You know, as I see him, I'm feeling like yesterday, I have fucking nothing. Oh my God, I have nothing. And then I realize I have everything I need, and you literally have nothing. You have no gas, no cigarettes, no food. I can help you. I can help you. And so I took his gas tank and I walked over to the gas station and I bumped some gas for him. I can do this. I can put my pride down to help you. I don't mind. I can put my pride down to help you. As far as food, I cooked for him. Then last night I went and got some stuff from to heat up, and I heated him up a burrito and brought it to him. He was so grateful too. He's like, "Where'd you get those burritos?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, we stretch money. We know how to do it." He's like, "It was great." So I fed him, you know what I mean? I gave him cigarettes, you know. I gave him one last night, and I gave him one. Here's one for the morning, because I know, you know, you're like me. I know what your needs are. God will take care of me. It's not like I'm not going to have a pack. I have money. I'll buy another pack. It's not like, you know, he's not going to feed me. We'll have more food. You know, the gas, I'll do the same for myself, is go ask someone for gas if I run out. And actually, it made me realize I should have been doing this. Why am I not asking for gas for myself? Why am I not asking for gas for myself when it's my only need and somebody could help me? You know what I mean? And that's all he needed too. And by helping him, again, he gave me electricity. I can use his microwave. You know what I mean? All this shit. He keeps inviting me in, but I'm funny about smells, and it smells like a single man's house, and we'll leave that alone. And he told me too yesterday, the other day when I was gutting out my car, he watched me. He's like, "I can't believe you." I'm serious, bro. I'm serious, dude. I will fucking gut your shit out, bro. We are spiritually cleaning every crevice of this motherfucker. But anyways, he's like, "Hey, my 36 foot fucking trailer over there needs to clean." I'm like, "Yeah, you start it. I'll finish it." Anyways. Abundance comes in many forms, other forms besides our finances. For millions of years, humans and animals have lived abundantly on this earth. I'm seeing my other peoples that called me yesterday. I was so grateful. Thank you for calling me. Thank you. You know, they got a smoking room. They had a patio. We sat there and had a cigarette, smoked some weed and stuff together. They're fucking smart, bro. They had a little toaster oven and a fucking one burner. They were cooking up fucking Chinese food in there. They were going to feed us and stuff. They were like, we could put on a kid's movie. It was so nice. You know what I mean? It was like homey. And I'm like, thank you for just bringing me out of my shit and just making me part of it. And they're like, you know, they invited us to come back tomorrow. They have a small ham, and I'll put together the sides, and we'll have a little Christmas dinner and watch some stuff, and the kids can play, and that would be great, you know. And that's just it. Is like, you know, I'm just grateful for the people and the places and the things, not what I don't have, but what I do. Taking care of it, giving back, and taking only what is needed for themselves and others. Sometimes we go through periods where finances are so low that we don't feel abundance in our friend, that we do not feel abundance in our friend. It is those times when we can make ourselves feel happy by having gratitude for the little things in life that really matter. Love, a smile, a good deed, family, friends, animal companions, all of nature, sunset, the healthy systems of our physical body. It's true that the best things in life are free. And that's it. A good laugh, a hug, a meal. You know what I mean? These are the things that make a day good. I had a good meal. That's what's going to make your Christmas good, is a good laugh, some love, and a good meal. Not the shit under the tree, not the tree. As we grow vegetables or flowers, it is fun to share them with others, or barter our talents and skills some of the time. Giving our time, energy, and ideas, or listening ear, or caring heart is a way that we can enrich our bonds of our friendship. Sometimes abundance is lacking in our lives because habitual patterns of past conditioning may say we're not worthy to receive or have all the blessings that life has to offer. Damn, he hit me hard with that, didn't he? He's like, you're just mad because Hamburger Helper, or he's like, he said, are you mad because Hamburger Helper is taken care of? I'm like, yeah. You're right. Nobody took care of me. And that's where you start to realize, and that's why it's like I would never ask, because I always assumed the answer was no, because it was always a no. It was always a no, that I just assumed that I wasn't going to get help. Nobody ever helped me before, so they'll never help me now, because I don't even have anything to offer this time. And it was always contractual. If you help me, I'll take care of this after. I'll get you back. I'll pay you back twice as much. I'll make sure that, can you help me? The help was only if, you know what I mean, a loan shark in that sense. It was never actual true traditional help where there was nothing, you know, required back of me. And so later I didn't believe that, you know, abundance, you know what I mean, that I could receive it. And yeah, sometimes people don't want to be giving, but there are a lot that are giving. And when you give, and that's another thing, is when people give to me, that's the next thing, is I don't know how to receive. I get overfilled with these emotions that make me cry real hard, like nobody's ever gave to me before. Can you understand why I do that every time someone gives to me? It's hard. It's a hard place. Let's see. We are not worthy of receiving and have all the blessings that life has to offer. We spend time with the joyful antics of the dolphins. We see how they assume abundance and happiness all the time. Nature provides the dolphins, living under the surface of the water, all they need when they live in freedom. They know they are worthy to eat every day and enjoy life. Watching or imagining them help us to remember the Creator made us all worthy of abundance and love. All we have to do is open our hearts and receive. The great void of manifestation is always full of becoming. We give birth to form out of the fertile void of our creative thoughts, intentions, and visualizations. Wherever we focus on, especially repeatedly, connects us to these birthing fields, which birth forth our manifestations. If we are really intent and focused, we will manifest quickly. If we put our mixed messages to the universe, we will have mixed results. And that would be me. I say I want something, but then I'd say I don't want it. I'm not just sending mixed signals to the universe. I'm sending mixed signals to men, women, and children alike. But it's because it's a duality. I really do want it, but I really don't want it. And I can tell you why I want it and why I don't want it. And that's where it's like, I really do want to be with a man, but I really don't. And I can tell you why I don't. But the truth is I really do. And it's not that I don't want to put in the work. I just don't want to be the only one working. And that's any man in a relationship should be. A stable man. I don't want to be the only one working at this relationship. I don't want to be the only one working at life. I don't want to be the only one taking care of the kids. I don't want to be the only one. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be the only one. I can do this, but can you do it too? Yep. Abundance does not flow out of the feeling of lack, out of an energy that circulates love and the spirit of gifting and being gifted. Grasping tenacity to what we have or fearing its loss, tending to stagnate or slow down the flow of cosmic giveaway, resentment, feeling, I never heard this word before. What is GYPPED? Giped? I guess. Or sorry for ourselves, make our inner energy murky. As a result, we lose our magnetism. If we flip back and forth between faith and fear, we have inconsistent results. But we do. And that's the whole evolution, is to walk in faith and not fear. But we're constantly going through, I believe, but I'm scared. We will have inconsistent results. Energy in motion sustains abundance and good health. When it slows and stagnates, we get blockages that lead to illness and lack. It all begins and continues with how our concept of belief systems are formed. So why am I stuck? Because I blocked. I didn't block him, and he didn't block me. But I blocked everything. I said, I'm done. Well, if you're done giving, then you're done receiving. Do you understand the flow? If I don't give love to these men, and I don't give them energy, and I don't give them focus, and I don't give them a chance, then all of my chances of abundance are gone too. For how I judge them is how the world judges me, how the universe judges me, because that's it. All this can shift with a change of attitude. Flowing energy opens doors and provides ways and meaning for making many lofty dreams come true. Meaning, I shut him down to where now he can't even come back. I didn't give him a chance to run away and come back. I shut him down to where now he's fearful to even come back. What am I going to say now? He didn't know what to say, and now I made it impossible to say anything. I don't know. Say you're sorry. I don't know what you need to say. Say something, fuckhead. Shit. If we assume our worthiness to receive, focus on our positive intentions, relax, and then believe that abundance is flowing to us, then it does. And that's why they won't approach. Because I tell them that they have to be a certain way or get the fuck out of my way. And so they're always striving to be that way. Russ is always trying to be whatever I want him to be. But I don't know what I want, so he can't ever be what I want. He tries, though. He tries harder than anyone else. It is important for us to be careful that we do not cancel out our positive manifestations with negative manifesto, which is worry. A worry is negative prayer. When our answered prayers is willing, it will be towards us. We should allow it to have a gentle landing by maintaining sustained faith and positive energy. The universe gifts abundance to every living being. When we all grow in our realization of worthiness and interconnectedness, we can all collectively create abundance and wealth of all kinds. And that's it, where God's doing this. Pretty much you got to be manifesting from the right place. You know what I mean? But it's in the sense of, this is what God wants for me, and I'm working towards what God wants for me. So therefore, all of our wants and needs are being met because we're on the flow of what God is really working towards. And that's it. We know what He wants for us, but we keep getting in our own way. There is no need for hunger or lack to exist on our earth today, especially if we adapt to the Native American practices of the giveaway. The practice is based on the assumption of plenty and the law of generosity. The cup can't be filled sometimes until it's been emptied. On a regular basis, Native people have big giveaways for their friends, family, and relations. And that's it. If you need a blessing, you become a blessing. You give, you know what I mean? Give and you shall receive. And this is the giving season. Things they already had and newly made things had a chance to circulate and flow like all healthy, flowing energy systems. When we truly give from our heart, we open ourselves to receive what we need from the abundance of the universe. And that was on page 345. So, for those of us that are lacking, that we're not getting what we're not being given, it's because we're not giving. What are you not giving? I'm not giving my love. Okay, if I'm not giving love, then nobody's loving me either. And finances is a form of love. Do you see how you cutting off one person can cut you off from everything? Is it every one person? No. Twin flames seem to be pretty heavy. But it's just that. It's like they're trying to show you unconditional love constantly. And you have to give it to understand it. It's like, do you still love him? I do. Do you understand him? I do. Are you totally done with him? I mean, I'm done with dealing with this. Can you stop doing this? It's going to take some time. Why? Because I do the same things. You know what I mean? I'm mad at him for what I do. Projections. I'm almost done. I told you that. Ugh. See? Pushy. They have an agenda. They want something of me. Everybody wants something of me. What do I want? I don't know. I never know. That's it. It's like, So where are we at? We're balancing. All I can see is the fight between the battle and the heart. You know what I mean? My pride, my mind is tired of this. But my heart isn't. My mind is. My ego can't take any more of this. You're fucking with my mind. You're fucking with my ego. You know, and that's just it. It's like your brain doesn't want to deal with shit that's making you uncomfortable. But your heart understands that this uncomfortable process is part of, you know what I mean, happiness. And that's healing. I taught you a lot, especially the cards that I pulled. I really thought that was impressive to pull the lovers. And again, it's all about love, and you need to connect back to your Ace of Cups and stuff and have this loving relationship with yourself. You know what I mean? Do you love yourself enough to try harder, to give it another try, to not give up? You have to love yourself enough not to give up. You stop loving yourself when you give up and say, this is it. You accept failure. You accept you accept the way things are and deny yourself that you deserve any better. So, I don't know. It's a thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate. Hey, I gotta go. It's lunchtime. Later, haters. Oops.